Guys, good morning, March 19th, 2020, and all of a sudden, sell volume is gone. Yes, we're down pre-market, but we're not selling off like what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. All of a sudden, the sellers are gone. So the question is, when are the buyers actually going to step in, and what could be the catalyst? So we're going to try to break that down in this video. But despite of everything, guys, you got some really strong action in certain stocks. That tells us that the market is not pricing the end of the world here, which means it could bounce at any moment. So the question is, what happened to heavy selling? I mean, we got all types of catalysts for the markets to actually sell off. Like they're shutting down the markets in Asia. Like North Korea was down 8% overnight. They basically paused the market there. So there's plenty of reasons for the market to be down. But there's one really big one for the market to be up. And that is oil. Oil is bouncing strongly this morning, guys. As long as the oil is going to stay up today, the market will definitely finish in the positive territory. VIX bearish divergence continues to develop, guys. And you know it's time to buy stocks when hedge fund managers are freaking out, almost crying on CNBC. More on that in just a second. Top trades for the day. Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Breaking to all-time highs, guys. This stock could go to 130, 150. The question is, will it go to 150 by tomorrow? Probably not, but easily contest the level of 130, 135 by tomorrow. So huge move in Zoom is expecting, possibly flying $10, $15 higher today or by tomorrow. Some of the other stocks that show definite strength in relation to the rest of the market is Amazon. Amazon reminds me sort of the Walmart play, right? Walmart bounced strongly yesterday. Everybody was buying it. It's sort of the safe haven among the stocks. And Amazon is acting sort of like Walmart, which would make sense. Now, JNAG, after going from 10 to 13 lightning fast, okay, dropped guys, pre-market is like $4. So this is actually the time to buy JNUG. This is time to load up on gold stocks, but instead of using tomorrow's expiration, use next week or next 2 weeks expirations on any gold stocks. I'm going to show you exactly what's going to happen as far as the gold plays. Now, overall, okay, the market is down pre-market. Last time I've looked, we're down about 40 points or so. But VIX is not breaking out to all-time highs. And this is partially contributed to the low volume in the sell side pre-market today, guys, which is actually bullish. So when VIX is doing this, and a 5-day chart I'm going to show you in just a bit, is pointed to a break lower in the VIX, that's overall a highly positive market. So one of the most important things we've talked about yesterday is what happened after November 25th. The market in 2008, after all the stimulus packages were announced, the market rockets higher. So the question is, why didn't the market rocket higher yesterday? Well, we definitely had some limitations. Oil was down 24%. Damn, but oil is up today, which means at some point in today, we can see some substantial volume to the upside, guys. And the question, of course, well, what the hell happened, Leonardo, with gold? Gold is supposed to be reaping higher. Look at this chart you were showing us. Guys, I've taken a look at another instance, which was the crash in October 1987. So here's the crash. Here's what happens to United States dollar. Now, the reason I'm showing you the dollar chart here, and I forgot to insert, if you look at the daily dollar chart right now, dollar's been rocketing for 4 or 5 days in a row, basically exceeding 100 level, which is like a big deal. Now, while dollar is actually moving higher, it's almost impossible for gold to rocket higher. So the current weakness in gold is attributed to the strength in dollar. They have negative correlation. It's very important to understand that when the market crash happened in 1987, dollar rocketed for a few days in a row. Look right here. And then dollar crashed pretty much from, dollar was at 97, 98 level, crashed all the way to 85. Guys, that is insane. Okay, that is a huge 17% drop in a dollar in less than 60 days. And guess what was happening to gold while dollar was dropping? Yeah, initially gold did move slightly lower while dollar was rocketing higher, and then gold actually outpaced dollar. It went up 20%. Look at this. So initially gold bounces, drops, and while the dollar's going up, dollar's dropping, but then dollar catches a 20% move to the upside within a slightly shorter time frame in relation to the dollar move. So the panic is priced into the max right now. Guys, Bill Ackman crying, but still buying. This story, man, this was a whole soap opera. If you missed that, go watch that. Bill Ackman, Pershing Square. I mean, this guy had some good trades in the past, but he also had some bad ones. I mean, especially his bet against Herbalife cost him over $1 billion betting against that company. So you can't really, I mean, this guy, he is not a good representation, but the fact that he's been in the business for like a great deal of time, his last best trade was actually buying CMG stock when it was like at 500. Well, after he bought it at 500, the stock dropped all the way to 250. He bought some more, and ultimately he sold. Basically, he averaged down. He sold the whole position when the stock went up to like $450, made about 20-30%. So you can't really, call him like, it's no Paul Tudor Jones, let's just put it this way. But the fact that he did manage close to a few $1 billion at one point, like up to $5 billion for his investors. I mean, the guy's been around the game for some time. The fact that he's, basically creating this soap opera yesterday on CNBC, it's kind of alarming, when hedge fund managers is basically throwing at the towel. But if you listen in really carefully, even though he's so highly negative on everything, he's still, at the end, he says that he is buying stocks. So I think that is the most important conclusion you can take. Yes, he's scared to death. He thinks the world is going to end. But overall, he is buying stocks, okay? Here's the deal, guys. Yesterday, unfortunately, did not resolve into a move 4, but we did get a 12. I've recorded it as a 12 move with VIX unable to break out to a higher level above the triple top formation that's been forming. So overall, got a sequence of 7-12, which gives us a high probability of a move 4 for today. So today, we can either double down on a 12 or get a 4. So ideally, we'd like to get a 4 for our call positions to actually turn profitable. Levels did not change. We still think the market could rocket to 26.91 and from there to 28.80 short time frame in the next 72 to 96 hours. Now, Zoom calls, guys, load up on Zoom calls because, that was the alert we sent out 2 days ago, but this is still a great call trade because it's breaking out to all-time highs. It's like to make a move between $10 to $15 today. So get Zoom calls. Yesterday, market move was a 12. This is how it looks, guys. It's a 12. It appears like the market is crashing, but overall, it's a smiley face. And if you combine it with some of the pre-market action, you get a solid uptrend, which will be followed by breakout higher. 2-day sequence is 7-12, which is bullish, and typically a 7-12 can easily generate a move 4 on that following day. So 5-day sequence 11-7, 3-7-12. This is how it looks on the chart, guys. And at this point, we're at the crossroads. Basically, this is a good scenario where the market went lower yesterday, but VIX didn't, and it is a circumstance where typically you would see a breakout from here. VIX yesterday traveled some miles, 69 to 85, finishing at 75, close to the lows of the day. Crazy stuff happening on the VIX, guys. With that said, we're expecting the VIX to actually crash in the next 5 days. Observing this multi-top formation, the market keeps going lower. VIX unable to break out higher. We're expecting next move in the VIX to be this. With that said, calls, buy calls on the dips. Let's roll. Let's trade.